Hey guys, today I'm going to discuss with you 20 questions consisting of gas law, acid and base, and also limiting reagents. So let's get started. Now we're going to discuss question number 1. At 25 degrees Celsius, a solution has a concentration of OH of 2.90 times 10 to the power of negative 2. Calculate the pH of the solution. So now given in the question is you have the concentration of OH. So what you can do is that you need to calculate pOH, where pOH is equivalent to negative log OH minus. In the question given to you, the concentration of OH minus is 2.90 times 10 to the power of negative 2. So negative log 2.90 times 10 to the power of negative 2. So you should get 1.5376. Okay, but in the question they ask you to calculate the pH of the solution. Therefore, pH plus pOH is equivalent to 14. So this is a constant value where you should remember always. So pH is equivalent to 14 divided by pOH, where your pOH is this value. So 14 minus 1.5376, you will get your pH equivalent to 12.463. Okay, moving on to question number 2. Determine the concentration of HOCl with a Ka of 3.5 times 10 to the power of negative 8 has the same pH as that of 2.5 times 10 to the power of negative 4 mole of HNO3. So in this kind of question, you should know that HNO3 is actually a strong acid. When you have a strong acid, the concentration of acid is actually equivalent to the concentration of H+. In saying so, it states here that the concentration of HNO3 concentration equivalent to 2.50 times 10 to the power of negative 4. Therefore, concentration of H+ equivalent to the same value. Right. So now, in the question, it states that it have the Ka. So it's a clue actually saying that this HOCl is actually a weak acid. So what you need to do is make an ice diagram. So HOCl, when it dissociates, it actually will form H plus OCl minus. Okay, so now we are going to make an ice diagram. So ICE, ice diagram. So from here, at first you don't know what is the concentration of HOCl. So we put X. When you do an ice diagram, initially there will be no dissociation. So here it will be 0 and 0. So because this is a weak acid, the dissociation doesn't happen completely. Therefore, you cannot put negative X. You need to put other integers. So we put negative Z. Why negative? Because from the here it will dissociate to make a product. So negative Z, but product will be formed. So here will be positive Z and positive Z. So at equilibrium, it should be X minus Z. This one 0 plus Z, so it's Z and Z. Right. So you are going to do the Ka. Ka is equivalent to whatever in the product, which is the H plus
times the OCl minus divided by whatever in the reactant, HOCl, where you need to look back at the equilibrium. Therefore, you will get Z times Z divided by X minus Z is actually your Ka. Alright, so what is Z? So at first, we have already calculated the H+, which is equivalent to the concentration of HNO3. So here is your H+, where this is the value of Z. Therefore, we can use the value of Z equivalent to 2.50 times 10 to the power of negative 4. So your Ka is equivalent to 2.50 times 10 to the power of negative 4 square, because Z times Z, so 2.50 times 10 to the power of negative 4 square divided by your X is the thing that you want to find, and your Z is 2.50 times 10 to the power of negative 4. What about the Ka? So we look back at the question. Given in the question, the value of Ka is equivalent to 3.5 times 10 to the power of negative 8. So, by looking at the question, we know that the Ka is equivalent to 3.5 times 10 to the power of negative 8, equivalent to your Z just now is equivalent to 2.50 times 10 to the power of negative 4 square, because of the Z, divided by X, thing that you want to find, 2.050 times 10 to the power of negative 4. So from here, we can definitely find X. So if you do the quadratic, so you can find your X is actually equivalent to 6.2508 times 10 to the power of negative 8 divided by 3.5 times 10 to the power of negative 8. Therefore, you will get your X equivalent to 1.7859.